Welcome to Autofaze. On this video, we're going to be trying out DIY Detail. So if you saw our last detail video, Having Too Much Fun made a comment that we should try DIY Detail's rinseless wash, and that kind of led me down a rabbit hole of looking up DIY Detail, and then that led me to the DIY Detail Facebook group, which I was actually already a member on there, surprise, surprise. So I read some user reviews on there and some stuff like that. Then I ran into some posts from Ivan, and we had a conversation back and forth. And then that ended up leading me to watching some of their YouTube videos on the products. And I gotta try what Having Too Much Fun said. Cleans better, shines better, it's slicker. I'm totally butchering this. It's slicker and it smells better. So I had to give it a shot. As you guys know, I love rinseless washes, especially when, for convenience factor, I've done cars that are extremely dirty with rinseless washes. I haven't scratched the paint, and I love reviewing new products and trying new things. So today we're actually going to try these products out on our red Honda Insight because we're going to be selling it soon. We added Penny the K-Sight to the stable as a daily driver. So the red Insight, unfortunately, it's got to go. But this is the perfect opportunity. This is a car that's been daily driven. I've had it for 2 years. I think I've washed it twice. 3 months ago I did an O&R wash on it, and it was way dirty. And if you're watching this video, you know how O&R performs. So I'm excited to try the DIY Detail Rinseless Wash, and this is gonna be pretty cool. So what is this wash exactly gonna consist of? Well, we're gonna do a rinseless wash with the DIY Detail Rinseless Wash. I'm excited to smell that, by the way. Then we're gonna, on half the car, we're gonna dry it how I normally would. On the other half, they actually have this ceramic gloss that they advertise as a ceramic quick detailer and a drying aid. And so I definitely want to try that, kind of do a little comparison between using the ceramic detailer as a drying aid, kind of, how does the paint feel after that? And the crazy thing about these Insights is the hood and the roof, the paint just gets absolutely wrecked and starts to fade. So I'm really curious to see how these products react to that Insight. And then after that, I need to clean the interior, so gonna use some of their interior. This is the Interior Clean and Protect, so pretty cool to see how that works up. My interior cleaners, I don't like them to leave an oily finish, and there's a lot of good products on the market now, so I'm excited to see how this stacks up. So we've gone over the product, now let's go over the materials that we're gonna use with the product. We're gonna use some stuff from the Rag Company. I love their towels, super high quality. I really like their wash mitts. This is the Cyclone. We're going to be using that one. I also really like the Chanel. Chanel's right here. You can see how faded this thing is. I've used this guy a lot, but unfortunately, I used it to wash a vehicle a while back. I probably could wash again. I probably could use it again. It's really not that dirty, but to test the DIY Detail product first, I want all of the towels to be clean. I am going to use the Gauntlet. I absolutely love the Gauntlet as a drying towel. And of course, I'll put these in the description. The Gauntlet, I've tried a lot of drying towels. The Gauntlet's where it's at. For the wheels, I'm going to use a miner. And in case we need it, gonna have to wash that. In case we need it, this is just a glass drying towel from the Rag Company. And let's get after it. First things first, we got to do a smell test on this. I absolutely love smelling, rinseless wash products and just car spa products in general, So here we go. Oh, wow. That smells. Man, this smells really good. Kind of getting a citrusy vibe, something like you're kicking back on a summer's day. You just washed your car, you mowed your lawn. Life is good, Man, that smells good. You're going to see what it smells like once I mix everything up. Going to be using distilled water. It's what I normally use for rinseless washes. A lot of, I've used rinseless washes before with just a regular garden hose. They work great too, but I feel like they just perform better with good old distilled water. This isn't just about the rinseless wash. No. Let's smell the ceramic gloss real quick. Now this you don't dilute. You just spray it on the panel and dry, or of course use it as a quick detailer. Man, that smells pretty good too. Not gonna lie. So far on the smell test, I absolutely love the smell of the Rinseless. Real quick while I'm here, this is like the master smell test. Dude, the interior spray? Wow, yep, they nailed it. And the interior clean and protect definitely smells clean and crisp. Man, what I said earlier about the Rinseless, how it's like a summer day, you're sitting in your lawn chair, you washed your car, you mowed your yard. These are the vibes I'm getting. I'm excited. Let's start mixing some product. Pre-spray, we're gonna be using the IK sprayer. These things absolutely rock. I've been using them for like 3 to 4 years. I've actually been using the same one for 4 years. These things are awesome. Now I know someone's gonna ask, they're gonna say, Travis, why aren't we washing the Trans Am? Well, to be honest, it's already pretty clean. And we really wanna test the DIY Detail products, in my opinion, the right way with a dirty car. This thing is just absolutely wrecked. It's rained a few times. I'd say probably 3,000 miles since I've washed it. Let's talk about dilutions. For the Rinseless wash, 256 to 1, 1 ounce for 2 gallons. The cap is exactly half an ounce. Of course, I got a grit guard in the bucket. I always like to use grit guards just in case. The cool thing about DIY Details, it does have instructions if you want to use this out of a foam cannon. Since that's not a typical rinseless wash, I'm not going to do that on this car, but I definitely do kind of want to try that out, so maybe we'll try that out at a different time. So here we go, 4 caps, 4 gallons. The cool thing about DIY Detail that's pretty cool is that Ivan and Nick are really kind of advertising to the DIY guys, the guys that do it themselves. This smells even better when you put it in water, holy cow. Man. Definitely love the smell of this. Awesome. Look at how clear this looks in the bucket. Interesting. I'm gonna fill up our IK sprayer for our pre-wash. So as you can see with this mixed, it looks perfectly clear. Let's see what it looks like after we wash the car. So before we wash the car, I'm gonna do the interior real quick. I already vacuumed. I'm gonna use the Clean and Protect interior cleaner, and pretty excited to see how this works. The inside is pretty dusty, even though I blew it out already. I love this towel. I don't even know if the rag company still sells it. If I can find it, I'll throw the link in the description. The interior, in my opinion, I'm not super picky on towels. As long as it cleans good, doesn't scratch the surfaces, I'm rolling with it, so let's give this a try. Main thing I'm looking for is something that leaves a nice scent. It's gonna deodorize, and I don't want a shiny or slimy surface per se, so I'm looking just for a nice clean finish. All right, let's give it a go. This interior cleaner definitely smells really good. And this, I'm not going to do a real big deep dive clean on the interior, and because honestly it's really not that dirty, just a little bit of dust and whatnot. Well, that interior, a little bit goes a long way. It definitely does a really good job at deodorizing. I'm actually pretty stoked on that. I know it's probably hard to tell on the camera, but it's leaving a really nice, what I would consider like a OEM clean type of finish. I am noticing the cool thing about this is if I let it dry, it's not leaving any sort of filmy or gunky residue on the interior. And actually, a little goes a long way. I've probably used too much product, and because my clean side of my towel is actually still pretty saturated. So all in all, I'm definitely pretty impressed. Definitely loving the finish that I'm getting with the Clean and Protect from DIY Detail. And if you're like me and love trying out new products, so far I'm definitely pleased with the interior. So I normally don't spend a ton of time on interiors, so this product is honestly pretty perfect for me. I'm a spray and white type of guy when it comes to interior cleans. Most of the time The most time I spend, honestly, is going to be on carpet, you know, removing stains from seats, stuff like that. But as far as, you know, the factory plastics are concerned, or the vinyl or stuff like that, this is, honestly, it's great. Just a simple spray and wipe, and it works really well for that. You probably can't see, but I'm just doing the inside of the seat handles here. Alright. Yeah, this turned out really good. It's a super cloudy day today, so that's why I decided just to come inside the garage, and I wish I could showcase this more, but man, this definitely turned out really good. Let's I'll go ahead and show you real quick, if I can pick it up on the camera, and we will head off to doing the exterior of the car. I like to basically pre-spray the whole car. I will say this pairs really nicely with the interior spray. So with the interior cleaner spray, wow, this pairs really nicely with the interior cleaner smell, and they kind of go hand in hand. I do gotta say the smell, definitely loving the smell. Any rinseless wash, you don't want just to douse the product on. We just let it glide. So far, washman's looking pretty good. This was a decently dirty car. Flop it over. I'm gonna redunk. I want to dry the hood real quick to see how slick it feels. Even though I really want to wash the whole car since it's inside at once, I want to dry this thing real quick. So I want to try the ceramic gloss. This is honestly, I feel like one of the huge things DIY Detail has going on for them. This is a protect and drying aid, of course also a detail spray, and I really want to try this because there was a lot of good feedback on this, and I'm stoked to try it. I'm going to try it on the right side of the hood, and then I'm also going to do it on the whole driver's side, but before we wash the driver's side, I'm going to do this just on the hood. There's not a lot of clear coat on the hood, so I'm curious what this is going to feel like. Whoa! This is insane! This is... I can't even explain how insane this is right now. It is like the slickest thing I've ever... Wow. It is like the slickest thing. This isn't even on decent paint. Oh yeah, I'm stoked to try this on the side of the car that has good clear coat. Mixed with the smell of the Rinseless, it is like the craziest smell I've ever smelt for car care products. It truly is like a spa in the garage right now. Oh man, I honestly can't put this into words. It's like the beach meets, I don't know. You gotta try this. Wow. This car hasn't been washed in a while, yet the wash mitt, which I'm surprised is really clean. I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like when we get to the rear that's the dirtiest. Now I know someone's gonna ask, Travis, you put your gauntlet over there on that little stand. That's actually a welding stand that I use. I cleaned that really well before I do these detail videos. So this towel and that stand is perfectly clean. So let's get to drying. Woo, that is smooth. So that drying That ceramic glass works so good, I'm not even gonna use a window towel. Which normally, depending on the wash, sometimes I like using the glass towel, sometimes they're not needed. But man, the smell is just incredible right now. So real quick, if you have a bigger car than this little Insight, I'd recommend only using the gloss one panel at a time. It dries incredibly fast. But not a problem, I'm just gonna spray some more and get to going. Man, I am stoked. This is incredibly smooth. Granted, this is a car that hasn't had a lot of care taken for it. It's just a mile per gallon daily driver, and the protection that we're getting with that gloss for the price point is just insane. That glide is honestly incredible. This is still decently wet from our pre-spray, so I'm just going to use the miner, clean up these OEM wheels. So all this is actually stained on the wheel. This is, to me, this looks like damage from possibly when a side skirt might have fallen off. These used to be on the rear. The ones that were on the front that I moved to the rear, I replaced the tires on those first, and those wheels are actually in better shape than these fronts. But all in all, for a quick option for an OEM wheel, I definitely like. We'll see what it looks like after it dries. But so far, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing here. All in all, I'm definitely stoked with the way this DIY Detail Rinseless Wash and Gloss, is working. I'm eager to pop over to the passenger side and see kind of what I think of the product without the gloss. So let's flip this thing around. Got the passenger side all dried off with not using the ceramic gloss, just the rinseless only. Real quick, I want to test just by the towel and by my hand, what do I feel is the slicker side, and do I feel like it's comparable to other brands on the market, Absolute, O&R, stuff like that. Only side. Definitely, the glide is definitely comparable in my opinion to other rinselesses on the market. Driver's side, whoa! Driver's side with the gloss is insane! Like, I cannot even describe it. Holy cow. That water does definitely not look clear anymore. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to take the grit guards out and try and get some sample from the bottom of the bucket. What do you guys think? It definitely looks cloudy. There's a couple of things floating in there. And that's pretty cool to see that, because it was clear as could be whenever we mixed it. So that's pretty cool. So I thought this was cool. I just emptied the bucket. All of the dirt sunk to the bottom of the bucket just like it should on a rinseless wash. So that was pretty cool. I wanted to share that with you guys. Real quick, let's go over price. For the ceramic gloss, $14.99. For the rinseless, wow, I can't talk, $18.99. For the interior sprays, $9.99. For my garage, smelling like a tropical paradise, that's priceless. This is a completely unbiased review. It's this review, someone accused me on my last detailing video that I was paid to positively review a product, and that is not the case. I'm just a car guy that loves detailing products just like you. I'm a do-it-yourself guy, so the name DIY Detail definitely rings true to me. And honestly, I really enjoyed trying these products out. I absolutely loved them, and honestly, maybe that should be the title of this video. Reasons why I love DIY Detail products. And number one is the smell, by far. Everything pairs well with each other. Number two is it actually cleans really well. It's comparable to other brands on the market, and the slickness, especially with the ceramic gloss as the drying aid, is just absolutely out of this world. Without the drying aid, I think it's comparable. I do. The interior spray, I did drive the car around a little bit. It's not greasy. It has a nice, OEM clean feel. It's nice and clean. There's no residue or anything like that. And the third thing that I love is that they are absolutely marketing to DIY detail guys. Garage built guys work on their own cars, clean their cars on the weekend, want their fleet to be clean. I absolutely love that. Another thing that I absolutely loved, which I thought was very interesting, is that normally after I do a rinseless wash, you know, 30 minutes after, my hands are just completely dried out and they're like sandpaper. I don't know if that's for everyone else, but for me that happens every time. But this time, that's not the case. My hands aren't dried out. And you know, I don't like to wear gloves when I'm washing cars, especially because water gets inside your gloves. It's just a mess. But I thought that was really cool. My hands did not get dried out. It's not scientific, it's just something I noticed. The garage, it smells incredible. Honestly, I wonder how long the garage is gonna smell like this, to be honest with you. I thought the performance, as far as releasing dirt out of the wash bin, was really, really good. If you guys do want to see some sort of torture test where I wash 3 or 4 vehicles and we look at the water afterwards, let me know in the comments. I do need to actually clay the WS6, so I might actually try claying with this rinseless wash in the WS6. You guys want to see that, let me know. If you want me to do a versus video like I did with ONR and Absolute, let me know also. I'm all about trying new detailing products. So I actually told Ivan and Nick that I was going to be doing a first experience, review video on the DIY detail products that we have here today. And they said, awesome, if you like it, here's the discount code that you can use for people to try it out also. So if you guys are interested in trying these, discount code Autofaze, it'll get you 10% off. DIY Detail's main thing is making detailing fun, and that's exactly what I feel like I did on this video. Washing the Insight and getting it ready to sell, it was a blast. I loved the smells, I loved the protection that we got, I love that it's clean, and I'm gonna go drive this thing for one last time. We'll see you on the next one.